What are the roots of Hinduism? The Vedas represent a collection of hymns and religious texts that were formulated somewhere between 1500 and 1000 BC. These sacred verses were written in the Indus region where it is believed Hinduism originated. The scripture used in the Vedas is Sanskrit. Even though the Vedas were composed thousands of years ago, scientists have found a strong connection between their messages and modern science. For instance, modern scientists put forward the idea of the existence of multiple universes in string theory. It states we live in a multiverse, there are many universes that exist in parallel. The Hindu Vedas clearly echo this modern concept by mentioning the existence of cyclical infinite worlds in the ancient Hindu cosmology. The sacred texts in the Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita were perfect in their understanding of the universe. In fact, Albert Einstein once said, "When I read the Bhagavad Gita and reflect about how God created this universe, everything else seems superfluous." Hinduism is quite unlike other traditional religions. It did not originate from a single founder or sacred scripture or at a particular point in time. Hinduism is an amalgamation of different beliefs, traditions, and philosophies. These different viewpoints are usually at odds with each other. So naturally, there are different theories on the origin of the world's oldest religion. Its first mention can be traced back to the earliest writings of ancient Hindu sages or rishis. But again, even these sacred writings were originally enunciated orally. The earliest traces of practices that resembled Hindu traditions can be traced back to ancient India around 5500 BC. It is unclear if these traditions had any specific nomenclature back then. The term Hindu originated only during the Magh era in contemporary India. Hinduism became a popular reference only during the 19th and 20th centuries, when English colonial rule saw rapid expansion in India. Evidence also shows that an ascetic god named Shiva was popularly worshipped by the Indus Valley civilization around 3000 BC. The greatest of all epics, the Mahabharata, was written somewhere between 400 BC and 200 AD, and it gave an immense insight into Hindu mythology in the form of the Bhagavad Gita along with other historically important texts. Hindu mythology clearly states that all living beings pass through a continuous cycle of creation and destruction, the Mahayuga. This cycle repeats itself over 4 different epochs or yugas. The first of these yugas is the Satya Yuga, which spans a period of 1,728,000 years. The Satya Yuga is said to be the golden age of truth and enlightenment. In this age, people attained an ideal state of mind and their actions were always reasoned and virtuous. The sacred texts further state that there was a surplus flow of ideas and thoughts between people. Hinduism follows a polytheistic tradition. Hindus worship multiple deities, and these gods and goddesses usually belong to a certain pantheon of divinities. In fact, citing certain lines in the sacred Hindu scripts, many believe that there are around 330 million gods in Hindu mythology. Each of these gods and goddesses symbolize a certain aspect of life. For example, the goddess Saraswati is the source of all knowledge and wisdom, and the god Brahma is the creator of reality as we know it. In fact, the divine trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva is seen as a basis for the whole of Hindu mythology. However, the Vedas clearly state there are only 33 major deities. The transition into 300 million gods came during the Upanishadic age in an attempt to reflect the infinite nature of the universe. Despite such large numbers of gods and goddesses, Hindus are primarily devoted to a single god. All the other gods are taken as different avatars, facets, of their primary deity. In terms of age, all the primary divinities are as old as time and creation itself.
Thank you. Please subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos.